Today we're going to be building a small cybersecurity AI tool. It reads text that looks like emails, system messages, or hacking commands and tells us if it's phishing, malware, suspicious commands, or benign. The purpose is to understand how AI models can be trained and then securely deployed, similar to how DoD or the government teams use AI for threat detection. So what we're going to do is we're going to train a small AI model. We're going to deploy it using FastAPI and then test it and see how it works. The tools that we're going to be using is Ubuntu, Proxmox. We're going to be using Python. Obviously, we're going to be using a virtual environment, FastAPI, UVcorn, and curl to test. So first, I'm going to go into my Proxmox. I already created the Ubuntu server, and now I'm gonna go into the terminal. All right, so here I'm gonna make sure that I create a folder, and just to get it ready, okay, we're gonna use make directory, and we're gonna use name it secure red checker, just for us to understand. And we're gonna cd it, and there is nothing in there. All right, so now we're gonna make sure that we're gonna have Python installed, but we're also gonna make sure that everything is up to date on here. So we're gonna do app update and upgrade just in case, and then we're gonna go install Python and Python virtual environment and pip. All right, now that we have that done, let's see the version 3.12.3. Now we're going to get on it. First, we're gonna go and get inside the environment and activate it. Once you see the little parenthesis that says env, then you're inside. And now you can start doing the whole installing of Python dependencies. So for this one, I'm gonna use some of these. I'll show you right now. Nano requirements, just text. And we're gonna go with these right here: FastAPI, UVcorn, JobLib, and Git. I don't know how to say that. Learn. Is to pretty much learn to train them. All right. So what I usually do, you can do Command O, but I usually do Command X to exit, and it will ask me to if I want to save, and then I just press Y, yes, and then enter, and it's there. So now we're gonna go pip install our requirements, and it's gonna install those dependencies. Or to make sure that everything is working fine, let's do nano low pi, then print, then again x, y, and we're gonna do Python 3, hello, and hello, this is working. Cool. All right, so now we know that Python is working. We're gonna go and create our first. We're gonna have to train it first. So we're gonna create our first threat model. I'm gonna clear this and then nano. So this is a small script that we have. We're gonna just pretty much learn on. Well, we're gonna have it learn these texts. Let's put it that way. We can add more just so it can know what we're looking for. So pretty much this file creates a small program that labels the cyber style text. So for this one right here, these are example tests, obviously, that look like cyber or traffic that will come through, right? So it says, oh, your account has been logged. Click to reset the password. It could be either on an email, it could be anywhere. What this will do is train the model. Let's see these commands. This one, these are just some example commands that you might see. Let's see. Yeah, these are just normal stuff. These ones are malware commands. This one's this one, and then this one is pretty much, you know, they want to download a potential bad program. And this one right here is a normal benign traffic that could be in the government or military installations. All right, so here the labels self-explanatory. It's phishing, phishing, phishing because phishing, phishing, phishing. Now it just says that the ones that are the first command is phishing, the second, and so on. This one has two. Obviously, it has two right here. Yeah, they're just labeled for the text that's above, pretty much in the same order. Then we have the split into the training, data and test data. Yeah, and here, this is where we build a model. It uses vectorizer, turning text into numbers, and it has a linear SVC learns how to separate the classes. So this is a little bit more in depth, but yeah, this is that part that pretty much makes everything happen. Let's put it that way. Then it goes right here, goes grabs the information from up here, and then it will train it. It will get more training stuff in here. It will create a classification report. It will save the model, and pretty much, yeah, it will save it as this directory. And then this is the last message is going to show up at the end of the report saying, "Hey, we saved the models." That's pretty much it. Let's go back. Now we're gonna test this real quick. And here it gives you a classification report, pretty much a report of all the things that it might have happened, but didn't. It tells you how many were benign, how many were malware, and the way. So pretty much this is training, like I mentioned earlier. This is just training the model just to know exactly what to look for. And then right here, model save. All right, so we're gonna go with the rest. Well, here we're gonna do a threat console pretty much. If I can spell this. All right, so for here, this is a simple console to test the threat model pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And we'll list the the input, pretty much. Oh, enter some text, and then it will give you the answer you're about to see. Again with this. All right, so I'm gonna give you some small examples right here. So we're gonna try to do this curl message, and it will give you, oh, it's a malware link, right? Oh, but these are just ones that are already saved. This is just in case we don't want to use like an AI like ChatGPT for this. Yeah, it will be smarter, but this one is what kind of messages you would add or someone would type in it. But this is just like an example. So here would be like, oh, your account has been locked. Click on the to reset the password. Usually you see these in the emails, but it all depends. This is just like an alert type. Obviously, it's gonna say phishing. It could be an actual email. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously, you can continue testing. I'll have a GitHub link on the description so you can work on this. You can test it. All right, let's get out of here and go to let's start making a log, right? Make the log, and then we're gonna do nano API so we can create a log using FastAPI. All right, so here you'll see, obviously you'll see the dependencies for FastAPI and what we need to do for login. Here you'll see some settings. You can create your own API. This is more for you. So save it, make it secure. I'm gonna delete this after this. Here this number is just prevent very large inputs added into it. The next one right here is the rate limit. It will has a max requests per Windows and Windows per seconds on the second, on the 61. Here we're just gonna load the model, which is the one that we created earlier. You can create a more sophisticated model if you want and use it for this. I was gonna say, hey, model's not, you haven't created a model for, you need to create a model first. Um, then we're gonna log in the results, where we're gonna have the on log API.log, so you know where to find it. It's gonna be in the same folder, logs, log API. Then, okay, here some basic memory rate limiter, pretty much. Here's the FastAPI. So here it will be using the FastAPI, so it's secure threat classifier API, just to give it a name, right? A title. We'll check the API, missing if it's gonna check the API from the top. Here you can see right here, I put the comment, keep calls only inside the current. Okay, yeah, it will, just to make sure that it's inside the window. So yeah, check API. So right here just makes the prediction. So it will go and look at the model and use that information and make the prediction. Hey, is it phishing? Is it malicious command? Is it benign? Yeah, and it will make sure, it will just predict. It will see if it's correct or not. Sometimes it's wrong, sometimes it's not. Then it will log the request, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And you can see it. This is for something else, but you'll see once we go into it. All right, so let's three. We're just gonna go and test it because we already done with that part. Like I mentioned earlier, make sure you have a strong API. Don't give it out to anyone. So now we're gonna go and use Ubicorn, and we're gonna go Ubicorn API, and the host for this host is gonna be 192.168. What is that? Okay. So for this one, I don't remember what was the API. I mean the IP address. So this one is 129. Okay. So we're gonna clear Ubicorn API app 120. I mean 192.1, and then no, we're gonna go port 800, and then we're gonna reload. Now this is the part where I need to add this little sign right here, because for some reason Proxmox does not let me open a new console, new terminal, and do new commands. It will continue doing it in the same command. So for this, it will give me an option for me to add a text after it's live. This is for the purpose of testing this. I'm gonna do this, and did I type? Oh, I did type it wrong. There you go. And now we're in. Now I'm gonna paste this curl command, but it's pretty much we're gonna be using this command to test, just to see, if this gives an actual indication that, hey, this is a malicious command or a phishing attempt or anything. Right now, because there's no, this is just a test server, so there's nothing on here that will be already part of it. So if there was a message box that I could type in, I could log into the website. But right now I'm just showing you curl. So this is the command. So right here, like I said, curl, we're gonna post this in the predict. So we're gonna check for the prediction of this. We're gonna use the content type JSON. This is the API from earlier, if you remember. And then this is the text. Your account has been locked. You could put any message that it was part of from that list. So now we're gonna go click enter, and you're gonna be seeing label. Remember the label stuff? The label is phishing. The note is gonna be demo model, obviously, because we're in a demo. Use with human review is just for us to make sure, like, hey, review it yourself. Have someone review this. because it's talking about your account has been logged and click on the button to reset. Not as the only decision maker, but obviously. It's just giving you, hey, this is it's giving you an alert that this needs to be looked into. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna make sure, yeah, let's go enter. And we're gonna go cat.api. Hmm, yeah, it's right there. Okay. Why is it not doing yeah, what's happening? Yeah, I'm not sure why. This gave me a huge problem here. All right, so, and then you see the logs, right? The logs were today, 27th, at this time, and then it will give you the information. It went from predict, so API, which, I mean, the IP address of the server, phishing, and what was the message. So the prediction and the message. Let's see if I can do a small curl, but for only the help. So for earlier, when I was talking about the health section on the FastAPI, so pretty much it's just to check if the API works. Right, so what I should have pretty much done, it was check the environment pretty much. Make sure that everything is good. If you want, you can check the health of the API because we're using port 80. We're gonna go check and then we're gonna go health. And we're just to see if it works. It just says 200. 200 means it's good. It's good to go. So now I want to check the API log and see if it actually. Oh no, it's not going to show in the API log. It's going to show because we did not use the API for this. But yeah, so obviously the the logs are really important for us to check. We can use a SIEM tool like Splunk or Sentinel for for verifying all this stuff too, but we can use another tool to give us indication that hey, there's an issue, there's an alert, and that we need to be sure that it's traceable. We can trace it. So this project is more of a beginner project, but the structure is real, obviously. Some big companies or even the government and the military use AI systems to take a model, to often make a model, secure and audit the logs, and they expose it as a service, right? Now, now you understand the basics, obviously, that this is just a basic script, basic log, basic everything, basic cyber threat analysis. You can expand from here into malware analysis, like making sure that you can get some detection, some imagery detection, or access control decision systems. So, yeah, I hope you liked this video and let me know if you want any more. Thank you.